Homeless Bunny 27.5. Chen Yu. Welcome to the Hunters Union message boards. You are currently logged in, Rabbit Stew. You are viewing threads you have replied to, and threads that have new replies. OR private message conversations with new replies. Thread OP is displayed. 25 posts per page. Last 10 messages in private message history. Threads and private messages are ordered chronologically. Black Diamond topic, Dear Mother, an open letter to Willow Schnee. In, Boards Vale Beacon Academy General. Rabbit Stew, original poster, Divine Chef, Jade Rabbit, 7th King, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Posted on January 1, 2011. Alright, let me clear the air. I know that there have been rumors spreading about my parentage. Well, wonder no more. I recently received a letter from the SDC's Chief Counsel demanding that I retract my statement and forfeit all claims of family relations with the Schnee family, on pain of the many consequences outlined above. You know, I've never been good at doing what I'm told, it's a Campione thing. So, with the help of my lovely teammates, I decided to make an open letter, video, whatever. Anyway, here is my official statement. Video. The video was set humbly, in an unused classroom somewhere in Beacon. An unreasonably pretty rabbit faunus sat behind the teacher's chair. His long, white ears drooped forward, and his ruby eyes shone with the light of unshed tears. Just the image alone tugged at the heartstrings. Hello, mother, he began, hesitant and unsure. His hands wrung his wrists with nervous tension. I didn't want things to become like this. I know how much trouble this might cause, and I'm sorry. I know you're a very private person, but I don't see any other way. He took a deep breath, exhaling with a shuddering sigh. After fortifying himself, he continued, all right, here goes. My name is Chen Yu, leader of Team Tamale and a first year at Beacon Academy. I am also the older brother of Weiss Schnee. My father was Udiu, a rabbit faunus and amateur huntsman. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Truth is, I never wanted to become a huntsman, but after Dad passed, I saw little choice. He said that the best way to make a life for myself, to connect with my family one day, was to become strong. Power is a language all its own and all that. I guess I was lonely. I'd been keeping tabs on my baby sis, you know, what with her being a wonderful singer and all. When she announced her intention to study at Beacon, I felt that this was my chance. I couldn't reach out to you all in Atlas. Dad made sure I knew how they feel about faunus over there, but my baby sis was coming to Vale, he said, giving the camera a watery smile. Maybe I could still have a relationship with at least one family member. So, I enrolled a few years late. I know I have the mother of all baby faces, but I promise I'm older than Weiss. Heh. I'm rambling. My face isn't important, is it? He chuckled ruefully. Sorry, bad habit. I'm really nervous right now. Mom, I don't know if you remember him or not, you didn't spend much time in Mistral, from what he told me, but he sure remembered you. You used to be a huntress yourself. I mean, it's not like you came by our village just for him, but you accompanied dust shipments, as the head of a protection detail. I guess that's how you two met. He said you were always kind, as nice as you were allowed to be while remaining professional. You always had a treat for the village kids, human and faunus. What am I saying? You know all this already. You were there. Chen Yu got up and walked around the teacher's desk. He was short, maybe even shorter than Weiss. He hopped onto the desk and kicked his legs aimlessly. You know, Mom, he used to laugh about how you met. You must have been off the clock, because he caught you at the only bar in the village. He caught you drinking wine and called you out on it, saying how it was a shame to have come all the way out to Mistral, and not try some of the local liquors. Dad said it was just an excuse to buy the pretty lady a drink. Then, I don't know, I guess you two got into a fight about which was better. Truthfully, he was a bit of an alcoholic. Nothing too bad, but he really loved his sake, you know. He shrugged with his whole body, making his ears flop adorably. Kind of like you. He never did manage to convince you that sake was better than wine, did he? I'm rambling again. I guess what I really wanted to say is, Dad missed you. He never made you out to be some perfect angel. He said you were too strict on the clock, that you were the lightest weight huntress he'd ever seen, and that your taste in booze was basically vinegar water, but he only ever bitched like that about people he liked, you know. I just want you to know that he never blamed you for leaving. Or for the Schnee Dust Company, that one's all on Jacques being a horrible joke of a human being. It all made me wonder what Weiss would be like. Guess it got a bit out of hand when I hugged her before initiation, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have done that in public, but is it bad that I don't regret it? Weiss is great, Mom. She grew up with that chubby, dickless wonder and still has such a strong sense of right and wrong. I hope you're proud of her. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of her. She's the only sibling I've met so far, and the stars will fall from the 36 heavens before something happens to her. I guess that's all I really wanted to say. Jack sent a letter to Headmaster Osborne demanding I retract my actions, but I refuse. I'm not afraid, not when I can prove I'm your son right here and now. His face took on a determined set as he hopped off the desk. He held out his hand and looked into the camera, ruby eyes anchoring the viewer with mesmerizing intensity. Then, with but a single action, he shattered all doubt. Pure, radiant aura bloomed in his hand like a firework. Golden light danced like an aurora before coalescing into a glyph. It looked different, gold with 5 gems of myriad colors instead of the Schnee family white, a 5-point star instead of a snowflake. At its center was the taiji, the yin and yang so common to ancient Australian philosophy. But it was a glyph, no question about it. Each of the colored nodes glowed in turn. Crimson fire, aquamarine water, then earth, wood, and some kind of metal. The Schnee family was best known for their dust casting, and he'd proven their match in spades. I mean, I call mine a seal, not a glyph, but same thing, right? He said with an easy smile. So in conclusion, my name is Chen Yu, son of Udiu and Willow Schnee, brother to Winter, Weiss, and Whitley. Jacques, oh great cuck of remnant, whenever you find your dick beneath that belly fat, I look forward to your challenge. Video. Showing page 1 of 42. Quick Draw Pete, verified Huntsman Vale. First. Edit. Holy shit. Bad samurai. Is this for real? Answer key. I don't know, but damn, my dude declared war. Oracle, verified Huntsman Vale. Judging by the semblance, yes, it's real. Nighthawk, Beacon Academy Senior. Semblances can adapt, though. Though I do have to give it to you. A bunny who looks like a Schnee, with that semblance, is kinda hard to argue against. Bringing DA heat. This is going to be posted publicly, right? It's only on the HUMB right now. Answer key. Way ahead of you. Posted in every forum I could find. Ringmaster, Beacon Academy Junior. Well, please excuse me while I stock up on popcorn. _auspice, Beacon Academy Junior. You're nuts. I'm going to transfer to Shade. Or Haven, wherever they'll take me. Fuck, I don't want to find out what Jack Schnee will do when he sees this. Ringmaster, Beacon Academy Junior. PSH, the academies are practically their own polity. What can he do? _auspice, Beacon Academy Junior. Nominally, you're not wrong, but things aren't that simple. For one, we need dust. Qianyu might have fucked us with his family drama. But man, I don't feel for that bunny a little, though. Winchester, Beacon Academy fresh meat, verified bigot. Who gives a fuck? This is why you don't fuck animals. Shit always comes back to muddy the gene pool. Reaper Death Claws, Beacon Academy sophomore. Yeah, I don't want to hear about Willow's bestiality kink. Ninja of Love, Beacon Academy fresh meat, fairness and proud. Fuck off, you racist shits. I wish she'd been more proactive with the SDC. Then maybe the company wouldn't be such a disgusting mess of labor violations. Then again, with a husband like Jacques the Cuck, guess I can't blame her alcoholism. Captain Obvious, Beacon Academy sophomore. Guys? Have you been out by the cliffs lately? Because the whole thing is solid dust. Bad samurai. What the fuck? Nighthawk, Beacon Academy senior. Yeah, that's real. It already has its own thread here. A few of us found it while doing our regular training patrols. Headmaster Osborne, Professor Peach, and Professor Goodwitch have already been out there to do some amateur prospecting. Long story short, Beacon is now the richest independent entity in the world. No, we have no idea how it happened. No, the kingdom has no claim on it, it's all Beacon land according to the founding charter. Yes, this means Headmaster Osborne is richer than Jack Schnee. Yes, this means he can tell the SDC to go fuck itself while providing dust for Vale at much cheaper rates. No word on whether he has, though. Personally, I'm down for anything that decreases our reliance on the dust monopoly. No offense to the junior Schnees we have on campus. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy fresh meat, fairness and proud, pussy bandit. I'd assume the headmaster would like to keep some semblance of diplomacy. He'll probably support Qianyu, but scold him for the presentation. Dusty Crow, verified huntsman Vale, legendary drunkard. Yeah, that sounds about right for all ounce. Here's a stick in the mud like that. Say, Winter_Schnee_official, how do you feel about having a kid brother you've never met? Winter_Schnee_official. Why did you tag me, Crow? I don't need to know about every nonsense rumor. Answer key. I'd watch the video. Winter_Schnee_official. Weiss_Schnee_official, explain. Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy fresh meat. Wow. I told him to go wild, but I really didn't expect this. I'm not sure where to start. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the sassy twin. I do tilde. Here, you can start by watching this video and following up on the post. Then watch our glorious leader's open letter. That's it, really. There isn't much else to say besides your daddy being a colossal cunt, as usual. End of page. 1, 2, 3. 40, 41, 42. Showing page 2 of 42. Red Hot Sex Bomb. Oh, hey, our tags came through. Nighthawk, Beacon Academy Senior. Very cool. Information brokers, huh? You two have some stiff competition. There's a club in Vale run by a guy called Junior. He's the best in the business, and you're not likely to pull any customers from him. Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the quiet twin, verified information broker, at Ground Zero, Qianyu. LOL, we are with him. We used to be his enforcers, actually, before our glorious leader dragged us off to Beacon. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the sassy twin, verified information broker, at Ground Zero, Qianyu. Yep. Glory to humanity. Push back the darkness. Heroes never die. Rah rah. So_auspice, Beacon Academy Junior. LOL, sassy twin indeed. Why the at ground zero, though? Sure, I've been hearing some weird rumors about the bunny, but he can't be that bad. White hot sex bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat. Oh, you sweet, summer child. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy fresh meat. We are on his team, that's why. And whatever you've heard about our fluffy leader, you don't even know half of it. Living with Qianyu is an experience. Reaper Death Claws, Beacon Academy sophomore. Or, another weirdo with a bestiality kink. Keep that shit to yourself, for fuck's sake. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy fresh meat. What are you talking about? Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the quiet twin. He's saying we must be fucking him. We are not. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the sassy twin. Not for lack of effort. Seriously, have you seen him? Alas, Bun Bun is happily married, and the three of us are doomed to pine over our lost love, so close yet so far. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy fresh meat, fawness and proud, pussy bandit. I feel you. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy fresh meat. Speak for yourselves. I'm not pining. Bad samurai. Wow, Bunny's got game. Rabbit Stew, original poster, Divine Chef, Jade Rabbit, 7th King, Beacon Academy fresh meat. There's a reason fuck like rabbits is common parlance. Jack can't compete. His cuckery was inevitable. Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy fresh meat. Gross. Qianyu. Rabbit Stew, original poster, Divine Chef. I'm just saying. Mama Willow knows what's up. Reaper Death Claws, Beacon Academy sophomore. Be silent, furry creature. Chill drizzle. Wow. Just caught up. It's kinda wild to think there are racist assholes among hunters too. I mean, aren't you supposed to be the heroes? Dusty Crow, verified huntsman Vale, legendary drunkard. Hey, welcome to reality, kid. We are human like the rest of you civvies, just less squishy. You can train to get stronger, but you can't train away the stupid. Nighthawk, Beacon Academy senior. What he said. Also, where can I get a custom tag? That's pretty cool. Winter_Schnee_official. Do you see what you've done now, Crow? You're setting a horrible example. Are you proud of your alcoholism? Dusty Crow, verified huntsman Vale, legendary drunkard. Hell yeah. I earned this tag fair and square. Ask Lawmaster Port. Lawmaster Port, Beacon Academy faculty. Indeed, what a marvelous night that was. Winter_Schnee_official. I don't know why I bother. Weiss_Schnee_official, I'd better not see you with this nonsense. End of page. 1, 2, 3, 4. 40, 41, 42. Showing page 3 of 42. Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy fresh meat. Of course, no hey. Remove this, red hot sex bomb. Red hot sex bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the quiet twin. No. Winter_Schnee_official. The Atlas Academy forums are nothing like this. I pity you, the good witch. The good witch, Beacon Academy faculty, verified expert combat tactics. Your condolences are welcome in the spirit they were intended. Now if you'll excuse me, I have enough on my plate without concerning myself with your family drama. White hot sex bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the sassy twin. Say, sis, you know what'd be funny? Red hot sex bomb, Beacon Academy fresh meat, the quiet twin. Way ahead of you. He, the good witch. The good witch, Beacon Academy faculty, verified expert combat tactics, telekinetic dummy mommy. Remove this. Now? Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. No. Ringmaster, Beacon Academy Junior. Wow, the freshes are bold. Suicidal, but bold. The Good Witch, Beacon Academy Faculty. Whatever protection you think being on Chenyu's team gets you, I promise it will not be sufficient. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster. Correct. I explicitly told them that I won't protect them from the consequences of their own actions. Punish away, Dommy Mommy Tilda. The Good Witch, Beacon Academy Faculty. You? Fine, whatever. Detention. Both twins. All week. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Sassy Twin. What? You're right next to us, Rabbit Stew. You laughed. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster. And? Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Have you forgotten how sadistic Chenyu can be? White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Sassy Twin. We trusted you. Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. You have betrayed our trust. You can't punish us for things you find funny. It's in the rules. Ringmaster, Beacon Academy Junior. Can someone explain why a first year can offer any kind of protection against Professor Goodwitch? 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, Fairness and Proud, Pussy Bandit. Seriously. It's so unfair. They barely do any homework, and Chenyu wants us, is a valid excuse to get them out of class. Remember when they took over the entire cafeteria to make tamales? I mean, those were fantastic, but still. The bunny doesn't even show up for class most of the time. Winchester, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, Verified Bigot. Because he's chicken shit, that's why. He fought me once in combat class and ran out crying like a bitch. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Oh, look, it's the fuckwit ginger. You're so clueless it honestly hurts to watch. I used to hate you, but I don't even have the energy for that anymore. It's like hating mold. Winchester, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, Verified Bigot. Says the Fang wannabe. At least some of us have a future. You and the bunny probably couldn't hack it with the real terrorists, so they sent you here to straighten up. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. The more you talk, the more I'm convinced that some people shouldn't breathe anymore. Chenyu is not and never was part of the White Fang. You know how I know. Idiots like you are still breathing. Your life is proof that Chenyu is a better man than you'll ever be. Captain Obvious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. I mean, imagine, though, a schnee in the Fang. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. That would be such a PR win. I mean, aside from everything else the bunny can do. Seriously, Rabbit Stew, please join up. Even if it's just to do like a single interview or something. End of page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40, 41, 42. Showing page 4 of 42. Answer key. What else can he do? Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. Nope. Shut it. 50 Shades of Blake. That's so fucking classified it's not even funny. Some intel just isn't for sale. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. You can't stop me. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. I can, though. I would greatly appreciate my continued privacy. In fact, Carden is right. I'm a scaredy cat who's terrified to face him in the ring. I would much rather hide behind Sky Maiden Amber. She gives great ear scratches. Also, anyone who reveals any details about me will forfeit all of my cooking, now and forever. In your case, I'm going to take away Ninja of Love's tuna supply as well. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Fine, I'll be quiet. Ninja of Love would be mad if you threatened her tuna supply. Ninja of Love, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. I would be very upset if you lost me my tuna, Ilya. Edit, get rid of that tag. Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. No. Caramel Fashionista, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Wow, my freshman year definitely wasn't this interesting. Edit, thanks for the tags, Red Hot Sex Bomb. Finally, some recognition. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Can you please remove my tags? And how do I change my screen name? Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. You're welcome, Caramel Fashionista. And no, Thylicious, you may not remove those tags, by order of my glorious leader, and your martial daddy. I have no idea what that means. He just says he's your martial daddy. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. You are all my students, but Thylicious is the sole rabbit. The lunar throne may only be occupied by a rabbit. Ergo, she is by default the young mistress. It doesn't mean I think less of you, but bunnies are just made for greater things than mere mortals. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Sassy Twin. Wow, I'm really feeling the love here. That's racist. Reverse racist. Yeah, that. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore, Fairness and Proud, Choco Bun, Young Mistress of the Lunar Palace. Can I abdicate my position? Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. You may not. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. This is kidnapping. You can't just coerce someone into being your young mistress. Whatever that is. Caramel Fashionista, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Bunny napping. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. You're not helping, Coco. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. Of course I can. I am the king, ergo, my word is law. You know, being the young mistress gets you certain perks. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Fine, I'll bite. Like what? Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. Free carrot cake. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. That's racial profiling. Answer key. LOL, but he's a bunny too, though. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. So you don't want a weekly carrot cake, all to yourself. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. This is so unfair. We also want cake. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Sassy Twin. Yeah, bun. Don't we deserve some love too? End of page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 40, 41, 42. Showing page 5 of 42. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. I make you breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks with ingredients you've never even heard of. You can't seriously tell me you're jealous of losing out on one cake a week. Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Quiet Twin. We are. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, The Sassy Twin. Yep. Totes. We demand cake. Sky Maiden Amber, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but your cakes are really good. Rabbit Stew, Original Poster, Divine Chef. Fine, you whiny brats. If a Thylicious doesn't want her cake, you can have it. Thylicious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. I didn't say that. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. The cat faunus loves fish. The chameleon faunus is a stalker. This bunny loves carrot cake. What does the young mistress do again? Nighthawk, Beacon Academy Senior. Wow, that was fast. Then again, I've had the tamales. Any chance we upperclassmen can get in on that? Rabbit Stew, original poster, Divine Chef. Nope, sorry. Chef Orion is a perfectly capable chef. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. I'm not a stalker. Ninja of Love, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. I mean, you did follow me here. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Et tu, Blake. Captain Obvious, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Your screen name really isn't helping either. 50 Shades of Blake, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. STFU. Answer key. To get back on topic, Weiss_Schnee_official, how do you feel about having a brother you've never met before? Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. He's incredible. He's also a sadist. He makes the best food I've ever had, even at 5-star restaurants. And he's the single most frustrating person I've ever met. I wouldn't be surprised if I developed a phobia of rabbits because of him. I wouldn't be surprised if all of Remnant developed a phobia of rabbits in the near future. Answer key. Those are some mixed signals there. Ringmaster, Beacon Academy Junior. LOL is Weiss Schnee at Sundry. Red Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, the Quiet Twin. Yes. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, the Sassy Twin. Like, you wouldn't believe. Ninja of Love, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. Yep. She was like this with our team leader too. Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. What's a Sundry? Caramel Fashionista, Beacon Academy Sophomore. Heh, no one tell her. Rabbit Stew, original poster, Divine Chef. You're at Sundry. And you can't develop a phobia of rabbits. A phobia is, by definition, an unreasonable fear of something. The fear of a superior existence that towers over you on the cosmic ladder isn't unreasonable. It's common sense. Weiss_Schnee_official, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat. I don't know if I should be insulted or not. White Hot Sex Bomb, Beacon Academy Fresh Meat, the Sassy Twin. Definitely insulted, but it's not that bad. If it makes you feel better, just take comfort in the fact that you're not a yandeer. Homeless Bunny 28. Chen Pov. Velvet Scarlatina, young mistress of the Lunar Palace, panted breathlessly as she slumped forward, hands braced on her knees and ears drooped with exhaustion. We'd gone through the martial aspects of training for the day, leaving her feeling like a wrung-out towel. She had a gift, the marvelous ability to mimic anything she'd seen before. With but a glance, she could copy everyone's fighting styles, condensing years of effort into mere moments. By the time we'd finished sparring, she could move as gracefully as Weiss, strike as decisively as Pyrrha, and insert herself with perfect synchronicity in a duet with either of the twins. Yet, she still could not master the lunar revel. Oh, the forms were perfect, divine even. She'd come to me with an already excellent foundation. Her physique was both strong and graceful, with little wasted fat or unneeded muscle. Her limbs were flexible, and she possessed the naturally enhanced awareness of the supreme existence that was us bunnies. But though she could copy the motions, she could not fully integrate the lunar revel into her fighting style. It was expected. The martial art was what I'd made after decades of marriage to Luo Hao. It was an art designed for bunnies, by me, the supreme bunny. I couldn't claim perfection, but even my beloved praised it as an art that transcended mortal understanding. Naturally, there was more to the lunar revel than mere posture. Good form was important, but Velvet could not wield magic, or in her case, aura, in the specific ways needed to bring out the full potential of those forms. In that sense, Lai Ren, my brother-in-tea, was a godsend. The naturally meditative boy had a highly developed understanding of his own aura and the ways it could be manipulated. He was even able to launch his aura in a destructive pulse that rivaled Nora's highest-yield grenades. As far as single-instance attacks went, excluding myself and Amber for obvious reasons, I was fairly certain that Ren had the strongest ace up his sleeve, provided he could make physical contact. I'd asked Ren to take up the task of teaching Velvet. She'd thought her workload would shrink when she showed off her semblance, demonstrating her ability to copy my forms. Little did she know, she'd only just stepped onto the starting line of the celestial martial Tao. I reached out and gently caressed Velvet's ears. It was a highly intimate motion, usually reserved between lovers among faunas from what I understood, but she deserved it. The comfort and peace, the sheer wholesomeness brought about by my supreme ear-scritching technique, it would soothe her soul for what was to come. You did well, Choco-bun, I spoke softly. Thanks, she panted. Now we can get to the important training. Wait, what? Come along, Velvet. I have much to teach you. But you. Why, she asked, that single word carrying a mountain's worth of dismay. You are the young mistress of the Lunar Palace. There are certain skills I must pass down to you, I replied calmly. I saw her eyes widen. Her bare thighs tensed as she prepared to flee. Alas, she could not so much as twitch before I had her by the scruff of her neck. This is unfair. I didn't ask to be born a bunny. Yet, here you are, blessed with the most splendid of bloodlines. You must conduct yourself accordingly. Help! I am being kidnapped. The rest of my students, lying in varying states of exhaustion around the glade, looked at Velvet, then at me. Then they found something else to occupy themselves with. Wise? Velvet Scarlatina Pov. You could have just said you wanted to teach me to cook, you know, I complained as I carefully memorized his movements. He was making a lovely, lavender-infused, vanilla cream cheese frosting for a carrot cake I definitely wanted to remember. I did. I said we'd move on to the important training, he replied. What did you think that meant? I'm a huntress in training. You're a huntsman in training. How is cooking more important than actually training? He paused his stirring and placed a hand on my shoulder. With a gaze as serious as a heart attack, he said, You are a bunny before you are a huntress. You are the young mistress of the Lunar Palace. Do you know what that means? How should I know? It's a made-up title you gave me because we are both bunny faunas. No. It means you are my representative on Remnant. Just as a calm lake mirrors the moon, and so imparts a fraction of the moon's splendor and serenity upon the world, so too must you reflect my glory. Be as the calm lake, Choco-bun. Learn and grow, that you might one day illuminate the darkness. With cooking? I asked skeptically. Qianyu was strong, phenomenally so, but this was ridiculous. Food is life. Cooking is art. Cuisine is history, he intoned solemnly. The air hummed as he spoke those words, as if they were cosmic truths, not a weird bunny chef's life motto. All that lives must be nourished. Therefore, the art of nourishment is the supreme art which embodies the essence of life itself. The record of such artistry is the record of society, of history. Do you understand, Choco-bun? I get it. I still don't see what being a rabbit faunus has to do with cooking. You'll learn in time, little bun. I'm taller than you. We can get back to aura training. Please guide this unworthy bunny along the culinary Tao, I replied robotically. This one is but a humble vessel, ready to be filled with your profound wisdom. Oh, good, you can learn. It was an exhausting, but rewarding afternoon. Qianyu taught me how to make his special carrot cake from scratch, with that floral cream cheese frosting that I couldn't get enough of. It was easily the best thing I'd ever put in my mouth, and I knew how to make it. I couldn't wait to go home. My family wasn't impoverished or anything, but we weren't exactly wealthy either. And with 5 siblings, my parents had their work cut out for them. I just knew they'd love this recipe. Maybe I could even get Qianyu to come and tea. I froze. Qianyu considered me a young mistress, whatever that was. He seemed to think that I should learn martial arts and cooking, just because I was the only other rabbit faunus in Beacon. Apparently, there was this Lunar Palace organization that I was supposed to join, maybe when I graduated. So what would happen when he found my 5 little brothers and sisters? Would they be young masters and young mistresses? Would he draft them all into his hellish training? Would he try to make an army of rabbit faunuses? He already had an army of actual rabbits according to Weiss and Amber, so that was a worrying possibility. I shook my head so fast my ears flopped around. No. Absolutely not. I was the big sister. I had a duty to protect my younger siblings. I joined Beacon on a scholarship so I could make tons of money and give them the luxury to pursue whatever they wanted in life. I didn't want this kind of life for them. Qianyu must never meet my family, no matter how divine his carrot cakes were. The door burst open, revealing my team leader in all her bullet chic fashionista glory. I was wondering when she'd track us down. You? Bunny. Which one? Qianyu and I said in perfect sync. She stalked towards Qianyu like she was walking down a catwalk. Now that I thought about it, that was how she always walked. You? Pillsbury Dough Bunny. Me Tilda, he sang back. Then he recoiled in confusion. Wait, is that a thing here? Does Pillsbury sell shitty frozen pastry dough? What are you talking about? They own the biggest bakery chain in the world. Oh my, this truly is the worst timeline. I knew Remnant was a culinary wasteland, but Pillsbury? Next you'll tell me Nestle runs the biggest charities on Remnant, he said, aghast at the idea for some reason. Nestle donated a lot of water purifiers if I remembered right. What was wrong with that? Whatever, kudos for the creative insult. I don't think anyone's ever called me the Pillsbury mascot before. You're a very brave woman. Why, thank you. I do put some thought into my put-downs, Coco replied with a smirk. She did. I knew she did because I saw her pocketbook of sassy comebacks. Style was perhaps a little too important to my team leader. Qianyu cut her a slice of carrot cake and slid it over. Okay, you've found me. What do you want? Look, I've been patient, but you can't keep bunny napping my teammate. I mean, can't I? You can't. He looked at me meaningfully, then back at Coco. I seem to have succeeded. She has to train, you know. My training is superior to your training, he said simply. And he was kinda right. It had only been a few days, but I could feel myself improving. Strength, speed, flexibility, balance, technique. I'd reached something of a plateau since coming to Beacon, but no longer. I felt like a fresh trainee again. By the time I'm through, she'll be strong enough to declare war on humanity on her lonesome and win. Such is the true greatness of the young mistress of the Lunar Palace. I don't want to be that strong, I muttered, only to go completely ignored. I slumped a little. I'd never been good at dealing with strong personalities, and both Coco and Qianyu were as strong got. We have missions coming up. So you'll get Choco Bun back when you need to set off, he said. And the Vital Festival. Good. She can demonstrate true bunny superiority. Faunus. Human. It matters not, for all shall bow before Choco Bun, she who is to be the avatar of my will on Remnant, the prophet of all things fluffy. You can't just keep stealing my teammate away whenever you want. Of course I can. She was a bunny long before she was CFVY. It's clear which has precedence. Her destiny is written in the stars and I shall illuminate it for her with the light of the moon. Qianyu smirked teasingly. Oh, I see how it is. You're not worried Velvet isn't getting her workouts. You're just lonely because she isn't spending time with you anymore. Coco lunged and pulled me into a hug. I felt her cheek nuzzle up against mine. Yes. She's my bun. You can't have her. Then, in the blink of an eye, I found myself on the other side of the table. Qianyu pulled me into his lap, never mind how silly we looked given I was more than a full head taller than him. You say that, but she's already mine, Coco. You're too late. She must embrace her destiny. No, I really don't, I tried to say, only to find a forkful of carrot cake daintily deposited into my mouth. MMPH. I tried to tell him off, I really did, but I couldn't help myself. Instinct took over and I bit down. It would be a travesty to waste the glorious treat. And then it started. My whole body shivered with delight. A wave of pleasure hit me like a tidal wave. Though I'd come to expect it from all of Qianyu's cooking, I couldn't stop my body from reacting anyway. It was like trying to hold back a tsunami with a box of tissues. A truly indecent moan left my mouth against my will. It was downright pornographic, as lewd as Blake sounded whenever she had any of Qianyu's tuna dishes. I felt my face burn with humiliation, as the greatest carrot cake in the world made every hair on my body stand on end. I just knew my ears were doing their happy wiggles. See, he said smugly, wrapping his arms around my tummy possessively. She's already mine, Coco. No, that's not right, she stammered, her own face turning red with what had to be vicarious embarrassment on my behalf. The proof is in the pudding. Or the carrot cake, as the case may be. Face reality, Coco. Choco Bun likes me more. It's not a contest, I managed to squeak out. Then Qianyu reached up and grabbed my ears. It was a perfect, two-pronged assault. One would have been overwhelming enough, but both his cooking and ear scritches. To my eternal shame, I couldn't resist. I folded like a house of cards before a hurricane, as a soothing wave of warmth radiated down from my ears to the tips of my toes. I felt safe and fulfilled as Qianyu's dexterous fingers ran along the edge of my ears. It was comfort. It was peace. It was the platonic ideal of warmth and affection. For a moment, I abandoned my mortal shell and transcended, becoming one with the Tao of Fluffy. Shush, just embrace the Fluffy, Choco Bun, he cooed. I couldn't see his face, but I could imagine the smug smirk he must have been sending Coco's way. You see, Coco. I can give her something you never can. I can pet her too, she exclaimed. But the protest sounded weak. She saw the wholesome puddle I'd become and was grasping at straws. You are not a bunny. You will never have the intimate understanding of her physiology, nor can you truly appreciate the divine Tao of ear scritches. Qianyu spoke like a king declaring his royal edicts onto the world. He delivered truth bombs more viciously than Nora swung her hammer. Each word gouged at Coco's heart, revealing the absolute reality that she could not change. I could see the despair in her eyes, the realization that I would never be as at peace with Team CFVY as I was in this moment. It wasn't fair. It wasn't her fault she wasn't a bunny faunus. I'm sorry, Coco, I whispered, but even that was accompanied by a lascivious moan. I can't resist him. Velvet, no, Coco gasped. You can. You can fight him. Fight the Fluffy. Come back to us. I'm sorry. No. Yes, Velvet, Qianyu whispered into my ears. His voice was sweet, dulcet like the finest singers on Remnant. It was sweet poison, flowing into my ears and fogging my mind. Embrace the fluffy. Let the fluffy flow through you. Become one with the fluffy. Yes, I moaned. I am bunny. Bunnies are fluffy. That's right. Unlimited cuddles. Unlimited ear scritches. Carrot cakes. The Lunar Palace is kind to bunnies. No. You can't have her. Coco shouted, mustering one final shout of defiance. I can cook. What? Don't look at me like that. I can learn. Velvet, no. Then it stopped. Qianyu was caressing my ears and feeding me carrot cake one moment, only to vanish and reappear in front of Coco. He placed his hands on her shoulders and stared her down. I didn't blame Coco for freezing. He had that effect on me too. There was something hypnotic about his big, gorgeous, crimson eyes that had a way of holding someone in place. He wore a wicked grin, teeth bared like a wolf salivating over a young, naive calf. You have an interest in cooking, Coco. Why didn't you say so? I would be delighted to take Team CFBY on as line cooks. I whimpered. I was weak. I could not resist the fluffy. And now, my team would suffer alongside me. On the plus side, more carrot cakes.